speechless by team's draft.
I mean, it's. I think I was joking with Winter yesterday about Bloodlust. He doesn't have to put the visit in, right? Just because his item set, he has two little regions really going aggro trialing, but you'd expect more of an aggro trialing visit just because of the nature of how it works.
Yeah, I think there is a serious 1v1 component to Visage, right, with Rachel. Like he can really beat out any 1v1 thanks to that ability, but we usually think of Visage thanks to that heavy nuke and soul assumption, which is so valuable in the beginning of the game. Especially.
I mean, when have we seen a Visage core? It's like, I think BP is probably one of the only teams that ran it when it was Will with like a draw ranger. He just was like, I'm going mid guys, whatever you buy them. No, he buys them, no, for sure. But maybe he's expecting just to have like some pressure on him as well. Get some, like, maybe the trade will be there, so he's gonna get extra magic stick charges from that too, but oh my goodness. This is the first game that we get to cast here, and this is what we get blessed with. Thank you, MVP. Thank you.
I think they responded pretty well. Like, I don't know if they've seen anything like this in scrims. I'm presuming that MVP Phoenix have never revealed this to NEWBEE before, and they're pulling out the big guns against one of the best teams in their group. And they're hoping to be able to get this early surprise in this game one, but I think they responded pretty well. I think Templar Assassin is probably, when you have a Drow Ranger or a Visage, Templar Assassin is probably one of the better heroes, at least in the mid matchup, to be able to do okay in his lane, right? He can kind of sit back and side blade harassment. He's going to have refraction, so he won't have to worry about soul assumption nukes as much.
The one thing is that NEWBEE is super physical alive. They pretty much have no mana damage on their entire team. It's like, okay, Juggernaut, Rubik, I guess you can kind of say. Jug with his Omni, obviously he's not, but Spin, cool. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a big change up. Contact getting pressured a lot right now by Kinetic Field. He might just go down here with the Ignite and the right click. And he has light speed.
A little bit. Who's going to be going down first, and U9 manages to clean him up with a spin. And Bella still takes a decent amount of damage to their space. He gives him a good old right click. U9 is going to be forced back here and probably has to use his healing salve in a second, as he will be able to get just one step ahead of all that right click damage. Really thought they were going to be able to get Saka to begin with, but I tell Kinesis throw into Bella. Caused a lot of that physical damage, and Saka was able to get himself away. And part of that is the power of that ability in the lane phase. The fact that it's going on to Bella, because they're going to try and trade Saka. Saka's going to try and back away, but it's not fast enough. Still, he goes down into the Ranger, very valuable.
This is an approach that a lot of teams were doing for Drow Rangers, just running an aggro tri-lane burst them. But also I think it's just to get the Slaughter like levels in just a pretty decent matchup. I mean, Furion, of course, versus Slaughter. Slaughter's going to struggle quite a lot, especially on top of Drow Aura, but at least he's able to get something rather than just being completely zoned by the Ogre and the Disruptor if he wasn't short offlane.
Continue to try and be really aggressive here. They're going to be able to get the leaf seed on the Dubit. They're going to be able to run him down this thing quite easily. Still expecting perhaps Furion to be able to come in. Fred is finally here, but he doesn't manage to get into rounds, want anybody off. U9 will be able to slip away past the trees, and the rest of NEWBEE low, but still happy. They've got another kill to force a rotation out of Furion. All in all, this aggro trying to lead to huge success, more action. But for now, he's still doing okay in CS compared to the Slaughter, despite having to lead lane with 15-7 compared to the 17-5. But
here comes the TP bottom. They tried to go on Febby, but he gets away. The net field blocks the Juggernaut. Juggernaut getting body blocked by the tree. Chasing him down. They manage to be able to get with the single block. They're so nice. But no, it's not enough with the tree armor.
Almost though. Almost. A little bit of leech seed action, heals back phase very slightly, and MVP Phoenix forcing another rotation that succeeds.
Yeah. Like, NEWBEE's putting so much pressure. Like, even when you see them stand in the lane phase in between the tower just because of tree Juggernaut, how much actual right click damage they dish out, they're actually so careful with their positioning. Like, if the Ogre steps up, he's almost like potential of dying even though he has down shield and Ogre.
Уже есть апок, левел 5, будет краб, еще один.
Putting pressure on Borat. He's gonna get him here.
He's done for. Trapped inside the trees against KP. KP picks up. I mean, he was already getting basically free farm in this lane. This is something that NEWBEE have always valued giving KP farm. It seems like he is such a good playmaker, and they always put him on heroes like this Slaughter who need to be able to pick up a core item before they have big impact. NEWBEE have always like rotated multiple heroes into the offlane here. They're giving him exactly what he wants in a 1v1.
Стоит на месте, газ,
it's going to be some serious stuff. The nuke comes in, not quite enough to finish off. In fact, he's still getting a lot of heals going down. Now the spin on Q-O, they might just be able to kill his mid here on this spin. He's doing so much damage, it looks like it's more right clicks, and they finish off. It's a big kill. He's gonna be tied around Q-O. Staying one step ahead of him, 3 down on NEWBEE in the bottom lane, and nobody died from MVP Phoenix. Most importantly, Q-O, mid laner, stays alive through all of that.
Gravekeeper's Club, like the 3-second recovery time, actually played a huge factor there. It burned through it instantly, then it just 2 more stacks came up. So the right clicks from Juggernaut pretty much did 0 damage to him. Bye Pit. Sent back to base.
That's okay though. Juggernaut will quickly take his place. That bit of aggression though, we talking about, okay, these rotations just not working out, but finally a rotation does work, and it works big for MVP Phoenix, right? Being able to get those 3 kills, that brought them back into this game.
Huge committing though. You can feel that MVP feels pressure, right? They brought 5 heroes to their safe lane. You know that's a telltale sign that they're like, okay guys, the laning phase is definitely not going too much into our favor. We're, 4Ev is reporting all over the place and he's not getting anything out of it, so now we need to force something, bring 5 heroes, works for them. But yeah, NEWBEE was very keen, like I mentioned, they emphasized on blocking the pull over and over, so they were just gonna stay in that bottom lane. And they're still gonna do it, but now their supports are gonna start moving around a bit, but it's definitely a bit scary still that TP's have such a free farm. He's got 4-man shield, stick, Fallen Blade, 900 gold, level 7 already on the slaughter.
Видимо, есть задача напрягать Куор, чтобы Куор здесь не чувствовал себя хорошо. Потому что у него так и должен был Куор здесь, в целом неплохое количество золота уже заработал, видим, что и против
but there is that sort of 15-minute window, right? That around 15 minutes where you need some space being created for these heroes, and Slardar will absolutely be able to do that. If he can get away from this game, potentially, do so, the Blitzer are going to be able to pull back into the kinetic field, get more right click, he's trying to go for the TP out, but he's there with the stun, thanks to being level 4. No amount of living armor in this world will be able to prevent KP from going down. Very important kill by MVP Phoenix. Their movement around the map is beginning to claw back some of that advantage that NEWBEE took in the first 4 or 5 minutes.
Super aggressive team starting out though. Both teams just trying to put the pressure. NEWBEE, although at least they did stack at least once for the ancient, so they are trying to make sure that TI does get a good comeback, just get a good boost to the farm there. That'll be something
that maybe part of the reason, right? Another reason why the Train Protector is going to be able to come in big. You can see NEWBEE right now pushing down this bottom lane tower. Their mid tower is currently under assault. NEWBEE are going to be forced to cancel from the Rubik. Let's see if they can still hold this mid tower though. Faith pops out, pushes back to 2 cores for the rest of these rotations coming in. They will be able to keep any of the, we still need to see the Agony Scepter, even if it is a core usage, right? He needs that pickup, absolutely. So they'll help him get to level 16 as well, to be able to get that Agony Scepter, and they'll reach this very big peak for MVP Phoenix, and that's really what they will hit their strongest. But getting to that point, that's going to be a little bit tough. You're going to see Faith come in, nice over on the 4. They're going to try and come in with KP, but unfortunately he's been silent still. They managed to get Bevy on the front line. KP still looking for that cross. Goes to the back line, hits the disruptor while Velo's chased down by 9.
That's just like the perfect situation for them. Faith with the beautiful 4-man overgrowth. Give them the perfect potential.
You see how they're cutting down trees around these familiars? God, I wish people would do this in my pubs. They easily killed the birds. Make sure they get that extra little bit of bounty. Make this Visage core so much worse. And NEWBEE 9-4 now.
Ну и 9-6, NEWBEE тянется, выходит вперед, мы видим после этого файта. До него все было равненько, то есть ребята пытались на основном уровне на форсе, после этого файта они уже впереди на 1000, а даже не больше.
In that manner, but having your Visage there as a core, you're missing out on a lot of your damage potential. NEWBEE's able to just kind of steamroll through them in that fight because of that. And yeah, I mean, the refraction is well building up, the living armor building up. It's really hard for them to dish out damage.
This is a very big kill at C. He's taking so much damage from the stack, starting as a refraction coming up in 1 more second. Living armor is also allowing him to live a little bit longer, but it looks like there's just no hope. None of his allies are around. Oh god, he missed! And he leaves himself away! Oh no! MVP, that was a huge kill to pick up now. Kaka, Thunderstrike, not the ideal ability to steal there. Either way, NEWBEE still keeping most of their towers intact except for that sacrificial top lane tower. going to be given up, and most of their heroes staying alive through these engagements as well.
That mid defense by NEWBEE is just, it's actually so massive, because MVP committed all 5 heroes to it. They almost brought down the tower, and now, check it out, full HP tower. Is the fear of always playing versus Train, especially when you're not used to it. You have to get it in that one go, or you're gonna, unless you group up and go for it again, it's gonna get full heal. And now KP is closing in on that blink deck, 600 or 700 gold away from it.
Split's had an interesting way of putting it. He said pretty much, if a draw ranger lineup ever stops from pushing, then what? So if you can ever stop those pushes, right, and that's the first time NEWBEE stopped it really early with that mid-lane engagement. Do you think MVP Phoenix were jumping the gun in any way when it comes to that 5-man push mid? Do you think that they were not accounting for NEWBEE's clear shot?
Right inside of the span of like 2,000 range diameter.
So you can say, if we want to look outside the laning phase, probably the most, the fight that really determined this game was that mid-lane push by MVP Phoenix. Because if they manage to take the tower, right, then that opens up Roshan a lot more. It means that NEWBEE don't feel as comfortable being able to do it. They may not be able to sneak it in that sort of occasion, but now they are seemingly having this ironclad defense. They stopped the early powerful push and now they're ready pretty much at all times. Think this blink dagger, KP. Gonna try and show himself just a little bit, warding off MVP Phoenix from going for Kaka, as that Rubik is not just a simple pickup. That'll lead into a whole lot more. He's got the armor to take decently.
Still Bloodlust too.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest deal he could get. I mean, Familiars would be cool, but I actually think Bloodlust might even be better for him, just because he doesn't need to be doing the damage. His team already has the damage.
Yeah, Templar Assassin is certainly a lot of attack speed. QO is a goner. Amplify damage, and they just quickly three-shot him with SD. Through some of that great Keeper's Cloak. He's gonna have a rather early BK, meaning he won't even have to worry about the Disruptor and his influence on the game. BKB will allow him to pretty much do whatever. Actually,
самое главное, наверное, звеньев. Стоящей базы,
he will be gone, but maybe NEWBEE can actually take a nice heal coming out there and get also a little bit of heal from the healing ward as well as that living armor. The Omni Slash just rips through so many of the heroes of the MVP Phoenix. Jump forward, they're going to be able to find another one. That's going to be Fetty. Tanky Ogre, not so tanky since missing so much armor.
Oh my, this is actually starting to look so troublesome for MVP. They committed so much to try to kill that Slaughter, and then this living armor with healing ward is too much. Faith?
Yeah, Faith, our Train Protector doesn't actually have that much natural armor.
Урона сильно наносил, не имеет изолятора батареи. Он только прилетел. Вы видели, как это было больно? Вот он флипает, даже без амплифай дэмэджа, если наваливает, за удар это невероятно больно. Герои падают буквально с 2 ударов, а теперь имеет изолятор, падают еще быстрее. Феникс сейчас нужно что-то придумывать, как играть против Темплара Ассасина, потому что Стим начинает брать верх в этой игре. Понемногу, помаленьку заставляет сжиматься Феникс, просто не позволяет выходить из своей базы.
Желание потратить, but Furion's going to impact that tri-lane scenario, but they didn't actually win those tri-lane areas. Even with the extra hero being brought in, they never actually got to the connection with the kill.
He did top on net worth, which is great by Heavy.
Yeah, but I mean, Fetty's definitely a goner. A lot of teams bounce back to Metal and Faith again in a beautiful position. Hits the overgrowth, is going to be able to lock down these right clickers. They can't do anything, and now MVP Phoenix, they might be able to pick up 1 kill out of this. Yeah, he will manage to get at least the Tree Protector QO in the backline. Managed to take out 2 of the supports. NEWBEE, though, will just keep on marching forward with all their cores. 2-shotting the Disruptor. Again, combination of Assassin and QO should never have come back. Rampage for SC. 9-18, NEWBEE. Very dominant looking in this game number 1.
Абсолютно все, чтобы сдерживать натиск Темплара Ассасин, использовал там диск хорошо игры в чил, ты просто ряд. При этом сейчас может стать свой такой всех. Они, конечно, пытались забить боевые делать ультрахил,
takes
ну
out
и Рэмбэш хотел
everybody
бы
from
сделать, но
NEWBEE.
нет,
Phoenix,
просто
NEWBEE,
нет.
they're done with this game.
Уже победили.
They have won it. I don't see how MVP Phoenix, maybe they just try and sit in the game and hope for a way back in, but it's very clearly NEWBEE with the tight control over this game.
They're on it. I think that's the right move. Honestly, they've only got that one tier 1 pressured. I think it was really dictated by that middle battle. Like, even though it seemed like they could kind of come back, you could feel how pressure they were. They did that.
Ну, ты знаешь, первый матч ПП случились таким образом, произошли такие события,